What's up guys, WrestleRain521 here, and today I have another custom painted LEGO minifigure showcase for you. And today in this one, we have part 2 of my LEGO Pulp Fiction custom painted minifigures. Looking back on the last ones, they were all yellow skin. I released it back in like the summer of 2016. They were quite atrocious looking back on them. So I decided to update them all in flesh color. We got the same cast of characters yet again. Going from left to right, we've got Mia Wallace, Vincent Vega, Jules Winnfield, and Butch. I think Butch has a last name, but I can't seem to remember it at the moment. But yeah, so we're going to get started right away with Vincent. So first up here, we've got Vincent Vega. Obviously, all these figures are essentially just remakes of the original ones, just updated to flesh tone. So for Vincent here, I gave him the angry clone face. I believe that that captures his mood throughout the movie. He's painted in his signature suit and tie look that that he's wearing in the opening scene. Where they're, him and Jules are basically going to that guy and doing the job for Marcellus and killing those guys that owe him money. And as you can see, he's got just a white shirt painted on underneath, a belt buckle. You can see kind of painted on the the hip joint piece. You see the continuation of his suit jacket also on the hip joint piece. I think the jacket, or where I chose to end the jacket, looks a lot better than last time. Last time I had to go way down to the knees, or to the top of the legs, and it looked really awkward, and it was squared off. It just looked, something about it just looked weird. So you can see he's got a couple creases in the jacket. You can see his skin showing through his tie and his torso right there. I believe. No, I scraped it off, I think. I used to have a white paint kind of on the collar of his arms, between the connector piece of his hands and his arms. But I think that looked I just scraped it off for whatever reason. Kind of got long hair. He's got a little speck of white back there. Apologize for that. You can see some creases in the back of his suit jacket. Also another speck right there that doesn't seem to want to come off. We had just more creases in the back of his suit jacket. He's got a handgun painted silver. Move my hand out of the way so you can see it. He's got the suitcase containing Marcellus Wallace's soul. I'm just kidding. I love all the different fan theories about what's in there, though. I think that one's my favorite, even though it's most likely not true, considering Tarantino came out and said, no, he just has a bandage on the back of his head because he cut himself shaving, and it looked cool, so we left it on there. But I still think that theory does have a little bit of weight to it. I hope it does, because I think it's really interesting. And then he does have, my favorite detail on him, he does have the splatter from when he shot Marvin in the face. So you can see that kind of goes on the upper part of his arm, all along his torso, or at least on this side of his torso. His left, our right. It also kind of goes onto his white shirt, and then the splatter does continue onto this part of his head as well. So I chose to just do this for Vincent, just because, he's the one that shot Marvin, and I thought it would be a funny detail for him, but I kind of wanted to keep Jules clean. So I just kind of did this for Vincent, just as a fun little detail. So there is Vincent Vega. Next up, we've got Jules Winnfield. Of course, one of the most iconic Samuel Jackson performances of all time, and one of the most incredible movie badasses of all time too. Love him in this movie, of course. One of my favorite performances by him, and probably my favorite from a Tarantino movie for sure. So very similar to Vincent, he's painted in a suit and tie type of look, although Jules came out a little bit cleaner than Vincent's, I would say. And that's not just because he's lacking the blood stains. I just think the torso looks a little bit neater than Vincent's did. But as you can see, similar details. The suit jacket kind of goes down to his leg. You've got the belt buckle painted on right there. You've got the white shirt with the tie. I especially think the white shirt area is probably where it looks better than Vincent. You can see the skin showing at the top of the suit jacket right there, at the top of the shirt he's wearing. Black legs, no shoes painted on. Also, you can see just the creases on the back of his torso, back of his suit jacket. Also has a metallic silver painted handgun. And then his wallet is his bad MFer wallet. You can see I kind of just the arm's kind of stiff. I don't want it to kind of do that. You see, it's basically just a remake of the last one I did. I just made the lines a lot thinner. So yeah, just kind of just that's it. That's my bad MFer. Just like the movie, love it. His face is, I believe, a Mace Windu face, obviously because Samuel Jackson. I painted on some bags under his eyes, the sideburns, and then the mustache that kind of hangs down into almost forming a goatee, but not quite. And then his hair is actually green stuff that I sculpted on. into kind of like a little bit of a ball, and then I just like punctured it a bunch of times with a toothpick, and I think it kind of creates the look of his Jerry curl pretty well. I wonder if I move it down if you can see it a little bit better. Not much better, but kind of a little bit of a look at it. But yeah, I really like I thought the fin hair looked fine on him. But I kind of figured I could go the extra mile and maybe just see how it would turn out if I decided to go this way. And I am glad I did, because it does have more of an accurate look than the fin hair did. And the Harry Potter hair works too. That's what I had on him last time. But I would probably pick the sculpted hair above both of those, even though those both do work perfectly fine as well. So there is Jules Winnfield. Next up, we have Mia Wallace, and she's kind of painted in the white button-up shirt she wears in the restaurant scene, or when her and Vincent go to Jack Rabbit Slim's. So you can kind of just see I painted the lines in gray instead of black because I think it kind of makes the torso look more sleek, or it just looks more accurate. I think it looks better than black lines. So you can see she's kind of got, like, you can see the creases in her torso, like the different creases in her clothing. The lapels of her shirt painted up here, the black layers to showcase her figure right there, the buttons and everything, her skin showing at the top, and the continuation of her shirt down into the belt area. You can see the back of her torso. I think the torso, the back looks pretty good, with the creases and everything, and then the continuation of her shirt into the belt area. Her face, I think the smirking look and the lipstick and everything just kind of captures the look she had when she was conversing with Vincent in the Jack Rabbit Slim scene. So I like the way that I really like that face choice for her. It looks a lot better than my last face I had. The yellow skin face I had on her was horrible, so I'm glad I updated it. And she's got, of course, the iconic like bowl type haircut that she had in the movie. Her cigarette, I don't know if I can get it to focus really well, but I essentially, to create the cigarette look, it's just like a white rod piece cut to size, and then I kind of layered some dark gray and burnt orange paint over it to kind of show like the ash look of it. So yeah, I like the way that turned out. And then it's hard to tell, but I can kind of take her off the minifigure stand. But she does have all around her feet a little bit of skin showing, or she got like the skin color paint on the bottom to showcase that she's going barefoot. But at the same time, it's not like overkill. I don't want to paint the entire feet skin color. I just kind of want to show like maybe like her pants are draping over her feet or whatever, but she's still going barefoot because Tarantino was with his feet. So just like a little detail to add because she is barefoot for a lot of the movie. So yeah, there is Mrs. Mia Wallace. And last and certainly not least, we've got Butch. As you can tell, he's painted in his white t-shirt look that he has after the pawn shop scene when he finds his sword, which I have a theory, I don't know if if it's been proven at all or not, I have a theory that the sword he picks up in the pawn shop is a Hattori Hanzo sword from Kill Bill. Let me know if there's a theory about that online, but ever since I rewatched the two movies almost back to back, basically, only within a couple nights of each other, I immediately thought, is that a Hattori Hanzo? I don't know. I don't know for sure. I don't know if it's the one that maybe like it was Buds that got pawned off after Kill Bill or whatever, or what the timeline is, but I have a feeling it might be a Hattori Hanzo. That's a theory I have. Let me know down in the comments if you think it has any weight. But anyway, onto the figure. You can see the torso looks much, much better than my last one. The last one, actually, I think I spilled nail polish remover on it. That's why all the paint looked very, the paint in the last one looked very odd. It was really neat before, and then I spilled nail polish remover on it, and it kind of made some of it blot a little bit, or it kind of made a lot of the lines thicker, or a lot of the paint that I already applied, it kind of ruined a little bit of it, and I didn't want to repaint the whole thing, so I kind of just accepted it. This one, I kind of just scraped all the paint off, took a new layer of nail polish remover over it, and just started from scratch, and I really liked the way it turned out with all the creases on the shirt and everything, and then the blood running down. I tried to make the blood look as liquidy as possible, considering it like bled into the shirt in the scene, and it's not supposed to look as splotchy. It's supposed to kind of look more like it just bled right into the shirt, pun intended. You can see his skin showing through at the top with the collar of his t-shirt right there. You can see the lines showing it's like tucked into his belt. See the belt and the belt buckle. He's got some splashes of blood onto his jeans, his light gray tennis shoes. Skin showing through on his arms. You can see the back creases in his shirt, showing some of the lines of his figure and his back. Continuation of his belt. The sword I just cut down a little bit because the official LEGO one was a little too long. I may have cut it a little too short, but I think it's fine. It's got blood on it, and then it's painted metallic silver, and then it's got the gold for the hilt area right there. And then his face is just kind of a generic face that I think kind of captures Bruce Willis's look pretty well. He's got the blood kind of coming down from his nose, and then just different lines around his mouth and his eyes to show Bruce Willis's facial features. And then his haircut is very odd, but it does kind of match really well with what his haircut was like in the movie. So it's just kind of like a somewhat not quite bald. It's like a buzz cut type look. So to kind of represent that, I used this tannish paint to kind of represent the buzz cut look. That's what I've done that with a few other figures before, like Jesse Pinkman and such. So yeah, there is Butch. Let me know if you have any more Pulp Fiction figures you guys want to see down in the comments. I love to maybe do like Ringo and Yolanda would be fun. Maybe make Lance, you know, the drug dealer, the Wolf. I would love, considering it's my second favorite movie of all time, I would love to do just an entire series of Pulp Fiction figures. So if you guys have any suggestions, comment them down below. And until then, yeah, let's close out this video. So there you go, guys. There are my custom painted LEGO Pulp Fiction minifigures. Let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. If I had to pick a favorite, I really like Jules. I think the hair sculpt turned out pretty awesome, and I think it's probably the cleanest torso out of all of them. So yeah, probably Jules, although I really do like the blood splatter detail on Vincent. That was fun to do. But yeah, stay tuned for more minifigure showcases. I'm currently in the process of updating all my Fargo figures, so I'd like to have that showcase out sometime this summer. I've just kind of started, and it's going to take a while because I've got, I believe, a set of, I'm working on 6 currently, plus another 7 from seasons 2 and 3. So I've got a good 13 figures I got to work on, and I've only completed 1 so far. So give me some time, but I will have those out as soon as possible, as well as a bunch of other just random minifigure showcases here and there. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you later. Peace out.